Right, so different video from my last one, very different. I'm doing an art video. I decided to draw some Spider-Man characters, hence why I'm starting with Spider-Man, but I drew the Sinister Six. Now, I wanted to start this video with Spider-Man, despite the fact that it was the last the last drawing I did of this series. Not scripted, this video, by the way, I don't know if you can tell. And I decided to do the classic suit. As you will see here in my sketch, I tried to do the webbing pattern, but I realised it didn't look good in my line art style, so I gave up on that. Anyway, here's Spider-Man. Let's move on to the Sinister Six. So, for the first member of the Sinister Six, I decided to do one that I felt needed to be there. The leader of the team, Dr. Octopus. Now, here I knew I wanted to make Dr. Octopus very boxy. You'll notice that a lot of my drawings here will take inspiration from Hanna-Barbera cartoons and also Saturday morning cartoons in general, like the Powerpuff Girls. My Dr. Octopus looks a lot like Muttley from Wacky Races. I really like him, however, this is, I think, my least favourite of the Sinister Six, but no matter what way I did it, I had to include him. Doc Ock was the second character I drew of this collection, and also reminded me how many Spider-Man's villains were green due to the printing at the time. So, I decided to do only green characters for my Sinister Six lineup. The first of the drawings I did was Mysterio. Now, I did this Mysterio more for a bit of fun, and I wanted to originally just see how Mysterio looked in my line art style. I based this Mysterio partially off of the Insomniac games version of Mysterio by including the skull. And realised that he looked a lot like a goofy cartoon villain, which eventually inspired more of these drawings. You'll notice that I gave him boots, which Mysterio doesn't normally have. That was more so just because of the pattern, that I really wanted to include his pattern, and it looked weird on his boots. The pink was so that it was easier for me to colour in and notice the bright colours against the white background. So I, contrasted it with an even brighter colour, which I ended up using for the cape regardless. But here is Mysterio. Despite having been the first one that I designed of my Sinister Six, my Mysterio is nowhere near my favourite. Kurt Connors. This drawing gave me by far the most amount of trouble out of any of them. I managed to knock out most of these drawings in a day, maybe split across 2 days if I started one after finishing the other. This one took me by far the longest. And I can't even say, it came out with the best result. No, I think this one, despite not maybe being more interesting than Doc Ock, I can't look at this drawing anymore and enjoy it. You'll notice how many times I changed the body, changed the lab coat. The only consistent thing across this design and this whole designing process is the face. The face is the only thing I stayed happy with. And I like the lizard, but this drawing, I think single-handedly, has pushed back me ever drawing any kind of animal characters again for a good while, which I'm not too happy about. I like drawing animal characters. You'll see right about here, I changed the pose, and this posing stays pretty much the same. Maybe some different body shaping. Here we are. But I really liked him grabbing the flask with his tail. I also like how mischievous I managed to make him look. He is trying to turn everyone into lizards after all. But yeah, this drawing gave me so much trouble. Luckily, when it came to the line art and the colours, I was pretty happy with it. But yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to show you the entire process of me drawing this design, because it took so long. Here I am, I'm trying to fill the drawing process with my voice audio, just because I want to really show how long this drawing took me. You don't even get that. This is a time-lapse version. Anyone who was on call to me while I was drawing this knows how much pain this drawing caused me. But, here we have it. Kurt Connors, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to move on to one of the drawings that gave me the least amount of trouble. Honestly, I think my personal favourite. I'm drawing Electro here. Now, the main thing I wanted to get across with Electro is I wanted to keep his classic design and the essence of that, whilst also making it cool. Now, I try extra lightning-y bits, but I realised the best face shape is just the star. Now, this drawing, it didn't take me that long at all, it kind of just fell into place. My brother helped me with some ideas, but for the most part, it was just pure luck, and I'm so happy with it. Of the designs, this is tied for my favourite. We'll see my favourite. I'm going to save my other favourite for last, I think. The only thing that gave me trouble was the colours. I really wanted to keep this bright yellow. Then I realised, well, the lightning has to be yellow, so I'm going to make him more of an orange colour. I actually made Electro before I made Lizard. However, the Lizard really knocked my confidence a bit, so I needed to do someone more simple. So I decided to opt for doing Sandman. As you'll see, he fell into place a lot quicker. I got the face down very quickly, after very briefly forgetting that Sandman needed ears. I don't tend to draw ears. I don't know if you've seen my main Sona. I wanted to go for this more goopy thing. Then I decided I hated it. I played around with giving him legs, but I knew I really wanted to give him like a kind of swirly thing, but I didn't want him to look like a genie. So the thing that took me the longest was actually his lower half. You'll see me go through legs, more mountainous things, and then I ended up going for this more amorphous shape, and then some pointy little things to indicate that he's not made of normal solid things. So he's made of sand. Sandman's actually one of my favourite Spider-Man villains. Not my favourite, that's Venom, but Venom isn't part of the Sinister Six here. I wanted to try and make him a bit more different skin tone, but opted for more of a classic look. Finally, we move on to the one that I had such little plan with, that I was honestly considering doing Beetle instead. Now, Scorpion is by far a character I care about more than Beetle. I don't really care about Beetle at all, to be honest with you. So here we have McDonald Gargan. The only thing I had going in was I wanted to give him pincers and also the orange eyes like he has in the Insomniac games. I've been playing the Insomniac games recently, which is probably a big reason as to why I want to draw Spider-Man characters. This is between this and Electro are my favourites. I know my friend Helios really likes Scorpion, and this is his favourite. But yeah, here's Scorpion. I also decided to put all the characters next to one another in one image so that you could kind of get more of a sense of scale. This video is not one that I initially planned on making when I started drawing these characters, but I decided to just throw it together for the sake of it. I hope it wasn't too boring just watching speed draws essentially and me yapping about the speed draws themselves, and that the fact I couldn't be bothered to put my PNG guy in there, sorry Schmonge, wasn't too disappointing for you all. This was just a quick video that I wanted to kind of rush out just as a, hey guys, look, I made a video, because I don't do that very often. So yeah, here's a video. Yay.